Alright, so I don't know when, but at some point YouTube changed. It used to feel like a place you'd go to, but now it's just something you scroll through. If you look at YouTube 10 years ago compared to today, there's so many elements that are gone that made it feel real. It used to feel new. Now it all just seems too familiar. Like I've already seen it before. Like YouTube culture used to be so random. You could find weird and niche channels. Like you could go from watching a gaming video to a really weird skit or commentary channel with a few hundred subs, and like that was completely normal back then. I don't know, nowadays it just seems like everything's being pushed through the same format and same few apps. Like it's all just a formula now. It's like YouTube got smaller even though now it's bigger than it ever was. And I think that changed everything. I remember being younger and it seemed like there was unlimited content to watch and everyone kind of had their own vibe. You know, they had their own style of editing and own personality. Like creators used to feel so human and natural, but now like the only way to keep people's attention is focusing on that hyper Mr. Beast editing style with sound effects every 10 seconds and that fake enthusiasm. I remember being 10 years old and getting home from school and looking forward to watching my favorite YouTubers' videos that they posted while I was at school. You know, for me, it was like FaZe Clan, Call of Duty, Minecraft playthroughs, and it felt like I got to have a conversation with who I was watching. Everything really felt genuine and not for clicks. Like there was real passion behind it. And I think the other thing about YouTube is that there's just so much out there now. And it doesn't feel new, but it just feels endless. Like you can scroll through so many shorts now and consume so much content that you don't even remember what you watch. It's just frying your brain and everyone's addicted to the scroll. And it's all so predictable. I remember watching videos where the creator would just talk about something completely unrelated to the topic of the video for like the first minute or two, and that was like really normal. I didn't feel the need to skip or look for another video. Like I'm a victim of this myself. I can't tell you 95% of the content I've watched in the past week. It's just not happening. Even like the memes on YouTube, they're not even memes anymore. Like shit used to be funny, but now people just string words together. I don't know if you guys remember, but back in the day, like you used to watch Vine compilations and just be laughing your ass off for hours. Like there was a way more personal feel to it. Also, the small YouTuber era really isn't talked about enough. There used to be something so cool about finding a YouTuber before anyone else did and being able to like put your friends onto them. People like being first to something and have that sense of originality. It was refreshing. And creators used to help each other grow. But now it feels like everyone's just competing instead of trying to help each other. Like everyone just wants to go hit the algorithm and go viral. That human aspect is gone. It feels like less of a community and more of just a platform now. It's just a feed now that you move through, when YouTube used to be this place you would essentially hang out in. You know, YouTube used to feel like something people would do as a hobby. Now it's so professionally centered. Creators would upload because they wanted to, without that expectation of money from it. And I'm not trying to shit on the ones who have turned something they love into a job, because there still are a few creators out of the bunch who haven't really sold out. But there's a lot who use that audience they gained over time for their own personal gain. I just feel like the questions people ask now when starting a channel is, how do I grow quickly, or how do I get monetized, instead of just doing what they want without caring who watches. That predictable aspect of the platform is just gone, and that randomness wouldn't really perform well in this modern era of YouTube. And I think that's a huge part of what changed the culture. You know, back in the day, not everything was made to succeed, but just because someone had an idea and wanted to share it. You know, people didn't necessarily know what they were doing, but they were just doing it. An important era of YouTube where I feel like a lot of the content shifted was when the platform started getting very strict with the guidelines. It turned to more of a corporate feel, like creators were walking on eggshells, trying their hardest to not get demonetized. You know, like people had made this thing their whole career, and a lot of channels experienced what was considered as the adpocalypse. Basically, companies were just pulling their ads from YouTube because they thought the content that their ads were being showed on were too controversial. And this made YouTube sharpen up on their monetization policies and make it harder for creators to get to a point where they could support themselves from YouTube. And this didn't only affect small creators, this affected people who had already built a foundation on the platform. It became about playing by the rules instead of just doing it for the love of the game. And you know, I don't really think creators changed because they wanted to, but really just because they had to. Their content had to adapt in order for them to keep that dream alive. And I don't really think we can blame them for that. You know, for a lot of us, it's really also probably just that nostalgia that we can't get over. Honestly, like that might be one of, if not the biggest factor of them all, because it really is hard letting go of things that you're comfortable with or just adapting to new environments. I don't know. So let me know if you guys feel the same way or if you think I'm wrong. And if you made it this far, I appreciate you guys hanging out with me for a couple minutes out of your day. I spent my morning playing this Backrooms map on BO3 I found. It's fucking terrifying to play solo. Also, if any of you have seen the new Backrooms movie, let me know your rating of it. I want to go watch it this weekend probably. I fucked with the trailers heavy. Also, I have a Twitter now if you guys guys want to connect with me more, or if you tweet funny shit, I'd want to see it. I'll leave the link in the description, and if I remember, I'll pop up a picture on screen here. Before I go to sleep, I'm always doom scrolling the fuck out of Twitter. It's really just routine at this point. I will try my absolute hardest to get another video out as soon as possible. I do got work all weekend, and I don't really want to try and rush making content. I'd rather wait and be able to put out more quality over the quantity. But yeah, that's really all I got for you guys. Thank you for watching. I'll catch you on the next one. Deuces.